Good evening and welcome to the midweek devotional for the East Allen County Church of Christ, and I hope this finds you well and growing in the Lord and having a wonderful week. One of the biggest rewards of Christianity this side of heaven as you live this life is something that it gives to you, otherwise known as peace. I'm at this point in my life, I've chased after a good many things, and some were fruitful and some were not. One of the things that I've learned to seek out with all of my heart is peace in this world. Now, you can't have peace at any cost, or all cost, as some might say, because the old cliche is true. Peace at any cost will not ever be peace at all. But understanding that, one of the things that God intends to bring us in this world while we live here, through His wisdom and through our assurance in a relationship with Him, is peace. He, in fact, goes on to say in Numbers 6, verses 24 to 26, "The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace." That is a tremendous blessing that was issued in the book of Numbers. And we need peace. As we look at the world today, one of the things I know that we want so drastically and so deep down in the core of our heart is peace. And I'll be honest with you, I hope through a relationship with God that you find it, because you're not going to find it anywhere else. There are others that come claiming to bring peace, and let me tell you some things that can't bring peace. Not ultimate peace. Not that these are bad in and of themselves, and not that they're wrong when applied properly in the right moment, but these are not things that will bring peace. One is military force. You can't force peace. Peace is an assumption. It is a reception. It is something that we take on mentally and in our hearts, and you can't force that at gunpoint or any other way. You can't force it through legislation. Well, we're going to bring peace through legislation. We're going to make laws that bring peace. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't have laws, and I'm certainly not saying we shouldn't have a military, but what I am saying is that you can't legislate peace. Peace is something that has to be understood from the individual and from the person, and accepted and lived out. Peace is something that we have in our relationships as a result of the circumstances that we're willing to tolerate, deal with, and accept. The peace that man was intended to have was intended to be, first of all, between man and God. That's the biggest unpeaceful relationship. All men have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. We are all not at peace with God at some point until we come to Him and we make peace with God. That's where that old saying comes from. The other peace that we should be seeking and looking for is between man and man. And too often we live lives of strife. I know people who, if it were not for struggle and strife in their life, they would have no meaning and no purpose. They wouldn't know what to do if they didn't have someone to struggle, argue, fuss, or fight with. If they didn't have something to oppose, they don't know how to live their life. They have no life. That is their life. That, by the way, is a product of Satan's work in this world. But we go on to read what is given to us in Romans 12:18. "If possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all men." Romans 12 and verse 18 again. And so we should seek peace. We should seek peace with people. Too often, as I said, there are those who wouldn't know how to breathe without there being some obstacle in their path. But our relationships can be more peaceful. They can be more loving. As we have the opportunity to help each other, then we should. And that's from Christian to Christian, Christian to non-Christian, certainly and absolutely living our lives in honor of God. We should seek to live peacefully. That's what peace is. A lot of people think peace is simply the absence of turmoil and strife and chaos. In fact, there's a wonderful word in the Hebrew language for peace. It's called shalom. And as I said, it is not simply the absence of strife, but it's the enjoyment of everything that comes as a result of the peace that you have. It is an appreciation for what you've got. And that's what's talked about in Numbers 6, verses 24 to 26. I hope that you have peace in your life. I really do. I hope that you have peace with people around you. And if you don't, I pray that you're working toward that end. I pray that you will find a way to have peace with those in your life. And certainly and absolutely work, struggle, strive for peace with God. God gives us all that we need to have peace with Him. It is whether or not we will accept that in our lives and have the reward of the shalom He intends for us. I wish peace in your life. I hope that if you have struggles, if you have turmoil, I hope and pray that you will find peace with God and that you will find peace with man. Come and join us on Sunday nights as we discuss this further. God bless you, and I wish you shalom in your life. Have a wonderful week.